everyone, this is Warhawk Beyond 2040, bringing to you another edition of the Wrestling Discussion Series. And I wanted to talk about a very entertaining and interesting segment that took place on the January 8th edition of Monday Night Raw, involving Drew McIntyre and CM Punk. Now, we all know that ever since Drew McIntyre turned heel before Survivor Series 2023, Drew McIntyre has been on a real tear as of late. He has been kicking lots of ass and he's been very vocal about the way he's been treated by WWE. So you can imagine how he must feel now that CM Punk is back in the fold. And he's been taking several shots at Punk, saying things like, "It's funny how you can tell so many lies, leave, and then come back, and suddenly you're given the keys to the castle." Obviously, a direct shot at CM Punk. So, when these two got together for a very entertaining segment, this was pretty much two guys just shooting each other on the mic, and it was absolutely glorious. At first, when I watched this, I thought I saw Kevin Nash in the ring because of the way Drew McIntyre is dressed. You know, the dark blue jeans and the black tank top, and the way he's had his hair done in a ponytail and the beard. He just looked like Kevin Nash a lot. And, you know, they went back and forth with each other. And Drew McIntyre, you know, his promo work alone since he turned heel has been a thing of beauty. And I think this heel turn has done him a lot of good. And I think, you know, with him and CM Punk, I think there's a golden opportunity for a match to take place at the Elimination Chamber 2024. And I think they should book it because what we saw with those two in the ring was gold. And I personally would love to see the Royal Rumble match come down to CM Punk and Drew McIntyre. Punk wins, eliminates Drew McIntyre, and you could set up a match on that for Elimination Chamber 2024. And Drew McIntyre could say that I want a match with you, put your title shot on the line, and the winner goes to WrestleMania. Now that I would like to see. And also, I love the way Punk ended his promo. You know, you can tell he's a man on a mission. He wants to win the Royal Rumble 2024. How cool would it be to bring it full circle a decade later, the same pay per view that CM Punk had his last match, to come back and win it? Now, that would be something. And I love the way Punk ended it by saying, "You're not going to stop me. Seth Rollins isn't going to stop me. Cody Rhodes isn't going to stop me. And if I'm a nice guy in that match, I'm going to eliminate you last." That was really good. Now, as I said, I think that's the way you could set up a CM Punk versus Drew McIntyre match, is have those two as the final two in the Royal Rumble 2024 match. Punk wins. He eliminates Drew McIntyre. McIntyre gets frustrated. He challenges Punk to a match at Elimination Chamber and demands him to put his title shot on the line. Now, that would be a hell of a match. Now, when Punk said that, "I'm going to knock your teeth out," you know, you got to remember, I mean, yeah, Punk's great, but Drew McIntyre would probably end him, if I'm truly honest. But it would still be a hell of a match, I think. But we'll have to see, really. But it looks like we are getting a few favourites to win the Royal Rumble match: Cody Rhodes, Drew McIntyre, and CM Punk. I think, you know, that is the three favourites going into this year's Rumble match. But I think, unless WWE pull a swerve, I can see CM Punk winning the Royal Rumble match. So let's just wait and see what happens. But I think with the story that they could tell with these two, especially based on that promo alone that we got on this week's edition of Raw, I think they could really get something going with Punk and McIntyre. There's definitely a story to tell. And, you know, another thing that has to be highlighted was I loved what McIntyre said to Punk. You came into the locker room and declared yourself a leader. Leaders don't declare they're leaders. You've been gone for 10 years. I'm the leader now. And, he got a bit personal as well. He said, I was in a dark place. I needed a leader, but nobody was there. I went to Randy Orton, but Randy Orton had his own demons to deal with. So, some personal stuff there, some very deep stuff being said there. But wow, this was a great promo. And this really stood out to me because you knew it was inevitable that McIntyre and Punk were going to cross paths. So I think if they are going to tease a match for Elimination Chamber 2024, then they're off to a good start, if that's where they are heading. But once again, we'll just have to wait and see. So that's going to be it from me. I'm going to wrap this up now. What was your thoughts on the CM Punk and Drew McIntyre promo from the January 8th edition of Raw? Did you enjoy it? Do you think it could come down to these two in the Rumble match at the Royal Rumble 2024 pay-per-view? And do you think they could be building up to a match between these two at Elimination Chamber 2024? Did you agree with McIntyre's words, or was you more in favour of what Punk had to say? You know what to do, guys. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, leave your thoughts and comments down below, and I will see all of you next time for another edition of the Wrestling Discussion Series. So until then, take care, everybody, and stay safe. And once again, as always, much appreciated. Thanks for listening.